Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Maria, and today I'm going to be playing with some of the SUQQU Summer 2022 collection that I picked up. I got mine from Selfridges, but it's also available at Liberty London and Harrods, so I will link that all below. Normally it sort of gets released with Selfridges, and then about a week or 10 days later it goes to Harrods, Cult Beauty and Liberty London. But at this time they were all released at the same time, and at the same time as it was released in Japan as well, I think. So I picked up two of the eyeshadow quads, I picked up the two blushes, the highlighter, because I'm dying to see what this highlighter is like. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful because it's in that melting powder formula that they just put out a few months ago. So no doubt that's going to be gorgeous. And I also picked up one of the lipsticks. It's more of the brown colour. I still may pick up another couple of lipsticks as well in a different formula, but I'll see what this brown lipstick looks like today. So on the SUQQU website it says that this 2022 summer colour collection is a reflection of the short summertime. It is centered on a classic orange colour. It is infused with fine pearls and particles of light. The result is a collection of colours filled with the healthy sun-kissed look with euphoric expression. The glow of the heat, the shimmer of light on your skin. SUQQU will colour you with the vivid illusion of summer. Well, I'm looking forward to these colours because it is late autumn here in New Zealand and we are heading into winter. So anything that gives me that summer look, I think it's going to be gorgeous. So the products that I'm going to use today are more sort of orange based, and the quad is number 115. It has a shelf life of 12 months from a date of opening, and all these products are made in Japan. And it has the typical beautiful, the SUQQU packaging on the outside, very minimalist, and it feels quite sturdy in the hand. Has the magnetic closure. I'm just going to take out the brushes and I will show you the colour story of 115. I think this is going to look really beautiful. It has some corals and some terracotta and some gold, and I just think it looks really beautiful. So I have quite a few of their signature colour eye quads now, and I love them. The formula never disappoints, and I love the colour stories. Sometimes when you first look at them they can look a bit odd and how will it come together, but they always seem to, and they blend like a dream. So I'm going to swatch this on my arm. I'm going to swatch it from top to bottom, left to right. So this is a gold, then we have like a really beautiful coral colour, and this is like copper, and the very last one is the only matte shade, and that's terracotta matte. Really beautiful color story. So I've already got my foundation on, and I used, it's a fairly newly released, it's a SUQQU foundation. It's called the liquid foundation, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. And I'll put the link up here where I did a wear test on it, and I loved it then and I still reach for it. It's a really beautiful foundation. I've also got powder on my face. I have got eyeshadow primer on because I have oily eyelids, and I've also powdered under my eyes as well as the powder on my face, and I've just put a little bit of bronzer on as well. So I'm going to take the Rapha number 15 brush, and first I'm going to go into this coral shade here, and there is quite a bit of pickup. I'm expecting this to blend really beautifully. It has shimmer to it. It's more sort of like satin, but it is a really beautiful colour. So I'm just going to put that all over the lid. So this is blending just effortlessly, and it is a really gorgeous shade. I think it is lovely, and I think it's really almost one you could just put all over your lid and just leave it like that for quite a soft look. I think it's really beautiful. So next I'm going to take the Rapha number 14, and I'm going to go into this matte shade here. So I will use all of the 4 shades. This is a beautiful, beautiful deep terracotta, and the matte just blends really, really beautifully. Next I'm going to take the Sonia G, this is the Builder 3, and I'm going to go into this shade here. It is like a really beautiful copper, and I'm going to put that through here, and I'm going to put the golden shade over the top because I just think it'll lift everything and give a lightness. Then I'm going to take the Sonia G, the Crease 1, I'm going to go back into this coral shade, and I just want to put a little bit up through here. It's such a beautiful shade, this one. It is really, really beautiful. Then I'm going to take the Sonia G, it's the soft shader. I'm going to go back into that matte shade, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the SUQQU, this is the F06, and I'm going to go into that gold shade, and I'm just going to put it over the top of that copper and right through to the middle, and it just lifts all the other colours, and it is really, really beautiful. I might be able to get even a bit more payoff with my finger, so I'll try that as well. And then I'm just going to go over using my finger as well, but this is what gives it, this gold shade lifts everything else and really gives it that summery look. It's sort of like the colours of the sun sort of dancing around. It's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to take the Sonia G, the pencil 1, go back into that gold shade, and I'm going to add that just to the inner corner. And then finally I'm going to take the Raphin number 3, and I'm just going to go back into this shade here. This is like the coral, and I'm just going to go over that terracotta. So I've now put on some eyeliner. I just tight lined. I didn't put on too much, and just a little amount on my lower lash line, and I used the Charlotte Tilbury one, the classic. And for mascara, I'm trying out, it is the Dior Show Pump and Volume HD mascara, and at this stage I'm really liking it. I think that this gives really beautiful volume, and it doesn't seem to transfer on me. This is only the 3rd day that I've been using it, so I want to try it for another week or 2 and see how it goes. I'm trialing 2 or 3 different mascaras at the moment. My favourite is the Chanel Le Volume one. This comes pretty close, if not as good as the Chanel one, but I just want to see what it's like for another week or so before I make my decision about it. I'll still always have my Chanel mascara in my collection though, but I do like trying out new ones. So now let's take a look at the blush. I got number 101. This is supposed to be burnt orange with a hint of red in it. So it is a fairly bold type of blush. And this is in the melting powder formula. The highlight, I think the lipstick that I've got, this blush, or the 2 blushes that I picked up, and the eyeshadow quads, they are all limited edition. So here is what the blush looks like. I don't know whether it matches my top. I think my top is a bit brighter orange than this. But it is, yeah, so it's more like a burnt orange. And they do say it has that hint of red in it. And it's also got some sheen in it. So I'll swatch this on the back of my hand so you can take a look. This formula is beautiful. It sort of feels sort of cream-like. It's just really beautiful. So that is 101, and it has that really gorgeous sheen to it. It is just stunning. So I've got my SUQQU brush. This is the F03, and we'll see what this gorgeous blush looks like. It looks just stunning in the pan. I don't want to pick up too much. I think it's fairly they are fairly pigmented, these melting powder blushes. So I'm going to tap the rest that I have on this brush on my other cheek, and then I will start blending. These blend beautifully. They are an outstanding formula, these blushes. They are really beautiful. I have about 3 of the ones when they first came out earlier this year, and they are just beautiful. And it just blends, it just melds into the skin. They are just gorgeous. And this does have that sheen, but it is really, really beautiful. So I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit more, just so that they match. But again, it just blends really beautifully, and I think this colour is beautiful. So now we'll take a look at the highlighter. This is number 101. Now this is limited edition, and this is the one that I'm dying to try. It is in that beautiful melting powder formula. It is really stunning in the pan, and it definitely has warmth to it. And this is like a peach gold and a bronze, but just stunning. So I'm just going to put a swatch of this on the back of my hand next to the swatch of the blush that I've got. So there's some definite warmth to this highlight. It is really beautiful. I don't think I have a highlight this colour. It does have, it is a warm colour, but it definitely has that peach in it as well. It is really, really beautiful. If I turn my hand there, you can see it. And here is the blush, and this is the highlighter. Really, really lovely. So I'm going to use the Sonia G. This is the detail brush. And just see how this highlighter, it is beautiful, and it's definitely warm. So if you don't like warm type of highlights, you won't like this. But it definitely gives a gorgeous glow, and that is really a sun-kissed type of look. Just a really beautiful highlight. And as you're blending it in, it just blends in with the blush as well. It is really, really beautiful. So the lipstick that I picked up is number 109. Now these caps you have to buy separately, and I have quite a few SUQQU lipsticks, and I haven't got these caps for them all. What they come with is just a round, small, see-through plastic cap that sits on top. But I thought I would buy another cap, and this is what 109 looks like. It's supposed to be a rich type of brown. To me, it looks like it has a slight orange hue in it, and you can see if I turn it, it has the SUQQU embossing there at the top of the bullet. So I'll also swatch this on the back of my hand as well. Now, as I'm swatching it, it definitely has orange in it, and actually it's more beautiful on the hand than it looks in the bullet, because when I opened it up, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought, I don't really want a brown lipstick. But now that I see it on my hand, it really has a really gorgeous. So here it is over here, the blush and the highlight. And it got that really gorgeous sort of burnt orange hue to it. It is beautiful. So here is the finished look, and this lipstick is definitely a better colour than I thought it was going to be. I think it's gorgeous, and it looks more, they describe it as a brown, but I think it definitely looks like a sort of a burnt orange. It's definitely got that hue to it, and I think it is really, really lovely. I think the quad is stunning. I mean, this is all a warm look. So if you don't like warm shadows and more for the cooler side, then the other quad's probably going to be your thing. And I'll do that in a video, hopefully later this week. But if you love warm coloured the blushes and the eyeshadows and lipsticks, then this is stunning. I love that gold shimmer on top. It's not really shimmer, it's more like a topper on top of that copper shade on my eyes. It just lifts it all and gives it that really summery look. The blush is absolutely stunning. I love the shade and I love the highlighter too, and I love it how they just meld together. I just love the SUQQU formula. I think it is really flattering for mature skin. It blends easy, whether it's the eyeshadow or the blush. They are just stunning. And overall, I think it's really, really beautiful. And I'm looking forward to trying out the other products they got. It is just really, really stunning. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye.